Have you ever had someone pause, tilt their head, and tell you, you can't be that age, you look much younger? Maybe you smiled, grateful, and thought it was just flattery. But what if it wasn't just a compliment? What if it was the universe whispering something more, something deep, something spiritual, something eternal? There are people walking among us, glowing, radiant, ageless, and it's not because of expensive creams or flawless routines. It's something much more profound, a divine alignment, a soul connection, a reflection of the energy pulsing through their being. In this journey, we're going to uncover what might really be behind this timeless beauty, not just outer appearance, but inner vibrance, a youthful soul radiating through the skin. There are forces we can't always see, but we can feel, and maybe, just maybe, your youthfulness is one of them. So let's begin. One, you might be an old soul. It might sound ironic, but the first reason you look younger is because your soul is ancient. Yes, truly ancient. Not in a tired, weary way, but in a wise, peaceful way. Old souls have journeyed through lifetimes. They've cried through storms, danced through victories, and learned the silent language of the universe. They don't panic over small things. They don't get caught in the rush. They walk slowly, talk deeply, and smile softly. And this inner calm, it reflects outward. Old souls don't carry bitterness. They've seen too much to waste time with anger. They choose serenity, and serenity, it keeps you young. Their faces may not wrinkle from stress. Their eyes sparkle with knowing, not worry. Their energy, gentle, healing, and magnetic. If you've ever felt older inside, but look younger outside, it might not be a contradiction. It might be confirmation. 2. You hold a mystical connection with the universe. Some people are naturally tuned into the whispers of the cosmos. They feel energies, others can't. They sense when a room is heavy, and when someone is silently hurting. This isn't just sensitivity, it's intuition. A mystical connection with nature, with spirit, with life itself. Those who carry this gift often look youthful. Why? Because they avoid the wrong paths before stepping on them. They protect their peace. They honor their instincts. They sit under trees and feel heard. They walk by oceans and feel recharged. The sun doesn't just warm them, it nourishes them. And life moves around them gently. The chaos doesn't cling. The noise doesn't consume. Because their frequency is different, higher, clearer, lighter. If you feel at home in the unseen, if you've always known things before they happen, then your youthful appearance might be the physical glow of your spiritual gift. 3. You're deeply empathic. Empathy is more than kindness. It's more than compassion. It's a gift of the heart, and a burden of the soul. Empaths absorb emotions like sponges. They feel what others hide. They cry when others laugh, because they see the pain behind the smile. And yet empaths often appear radiant. Why? Because they process and release. They don't hold bitterness. They transmute sorrow into understanding, and that process, it clears their spirit. Imagine carrying no resentment. Imagine truly forgiving. Imagine holding love as your baseline emotion. That purity, it shows. Empaths don't age the way others do. Their faces are softer, their eyes are warmer, their souls, lighter. You might be someone who cries during movies, who aches for strangers, who holds space for broken hearts, and in doing so, you remain soft, and softness is youthful. 4. You possess inner wisdom that calms the storms. Inner wisdom isn't about knowing everything, it's about understanding what matters. Wise souls aren't loud, they're steady. They don't chase drama, they avoid gossip like poison. They choose peace over pride. And in a world addicted to noise, this quiet power makes them glow. You'll notice it. They don't stress about things they can't control. They smile during challenges. Not because they enjoy them, but because they know everything is temporary, even the hard parts. This balanced approach keeps the body in harmony. Stress ages, wisdom heals. A calm spirit doesn't clench its jaw. A wise heart doesn't grind its teeth at night. Their skin stays clear, their aura stays bright, and the universe responds by protecting them. If you've always felt like the calm one in chaos, if people come to you for advice, if you see meaning in suffering, your youthful glow may be the mirror of your spiritual maturity. 5. You radiate kindness and compassion. Kindness is magnetic. Compassion is healing. Together they're the fountain of youth. Think of the kindest people you know. They age differently. They laugh often. They listen deeply. They forgive easily. Their energy isn't stuck in the past. It flows freely, and that flow is vitality. Anger creates wrinkles. Jealousy drains energy. Resentment darkens the eyes. But kindness brightens everything. Compassionate souls don't carry judgment. They see beyond mistakes. They reach out instead of turning away, and in doing so, they preserve their spirit's freshness. Their hearts are open, their minds are light, and their bodies reflect that lightness. If you're someone who helps others even when no one sees it, if you smile at strangers, if you've ever cried because someone else was in pain, then your youthfulness is not just genetic, it's spiritual, it's divine. If you've ever felt like your soul is older, wiser, and different, drop a yes in the comments right now. Let the world know that you're not just here to exist, you're here to awaken. In the first part of this journey, we uncovered the soul behind the skin, how ancient wisdom, kindness, empathy, and intuition can shine brighter than any beauty product. Now we go deeper into the roots of radiance, into the spiritual soil where timelessness grows. Because looking young isn't always about avoiding aging. Sometimes it's about being so aligned, so full of purpose, peace, and truth, that age simply becomes a number, not a definition. Let's continue. Some people don't just survive life's storms, they transform through them. Every loss becomes a lesson. Every setback, a setup for the next rise. This is the essence of spiritual resilience, and it shows. Resilient people don't dwell in despair. They process pain, then rise. They don't resist change. They bend with it. They adapt like rivers, flowing around rocks, never stopping. That flexibility keeps energy moving. There's no stagnation, no toxic buildup of regrets and grudges. And because of that, their bodies reflect their freedom. They laugh again after crying. They rebuild when others give up. They forgive when others stay bitter. And every time they do, their soul lightens. And the lighter the soul, the younger the body seems. You might be someone who's been through hell, but never let it consume you. You held on to faith. You kept hope alive. And that hope, it kept your youth alive, too. There's something sacred about people who keep their inner child alive. The ones who still dance in the kitchen. The ones who laugh loudly, deeply, without apology. The ones who sing even when off-key, who find magic in small things. That playfulness isn't immaturity, it's spiritual brilliance. Joyful people carry a lightness that repels aging. Their hearts are open, their spirits are unburdened, and that unburdened energy keeps them glowing. They play with their children, or their pets, like time doesn't exist. They try new things. They don't say I'm too old for that. They live fully, curiously, freely. And when you live that way, your cells feel it, your aura reflects it, your face, your eyes, your smile, all beam youth. So if people say you look younger, maybe it's because you've kept that sparkle, that playful energy that the world forgot, but your spirit remembered. One of the biggest causes of premature aging, living a life that isn't yours. People who constantly betray themselves, staying in jobs, relationships, or habits that drain them. They age not just in body, but in spirit. But those who live in alignment, they stay vibrant, they follow their calling, they speak their truth, they don't shrink to fit, they rise to shine, and that authenticity is magnetic. They're not trying to please everyone, they're trying to be real, and realness, it restores the soul. They don't wear masks, they don't carry shame, they don't fake their emotions to be accepted, and because they release that weight, they remain light, and light glows. So maybe the reason you look younger is because you've started being more you, more free, more truthful, more honest with your needs, your boundaries, your dreams. And when you live that way, life rewards you with vitality. Purpose is fuel. When people lose it, they dim. When people find it, they ignite. Have you ever met someone who discovered their passion later in life, and suddenly they looked years younger? That's the power of purpose. When you wake up excited, when you feel guided, when your life has meaning, your body knows, your cells listen, your hormones shift, your heart beats differently. You start glowing from within. Purpose doesn't have to be a grand mission. It could be art, or raising a child, or healing others, or growing a garden. But when it comes from your soul, it rejuvenates you. So maybe you look younger, not by accident, but because you're living on purpose, with intention, with fire, with alignment. Gratitude is medicine, not the kind you swallow, the kind you radiate. Grateful people don't age the same way, because their hearts are constantly open. They see beauty where others see boredom. They thank the morning light. They bless the breath in their lungs. They cherish what most take for granted. And that constant flow of gratitude, it softens the body, it rewires the brain, it lifts the spirit. There's no bitterness, no jealousy, no complaining that poisons their vibration. Gratitude keeps them rooted in the now. And when you live fully in the moment, you don't decay, you expand. If you've learned to give thanks, even during pain, if you smile when others frown, if you whisper thank you for the little things, then that may be the source of your timeless glow. Some people are made of love, not the fluffy kind, the deep kind, the fierce kind, the love that forgives again, that gives second chances, that believes in people, even when it breaks your heart. And that kind of love doesn't age, it glows. Loving deeply doesn't mean you've had an easy life. It means your heart stayed open, even when the world tried to close it. It means you chose to be light, in the midst of darkness, and that choice is powerful. People like this shine, you can see it in their eyes, feel it in their presence. They don't need to speak to change a room, their love does it for them. And when you live with that kind of love, a selfless, unconditional, soul-powered love, your body reflects it. So maybe you've looked younger, because you've never stopped loving, even when it was hard, even when it hurt, even when it wasn't returned. That love is eternal, and so are you. If you've ever felt this in your soul, if you know exactly what I'm talking about, drop a 100 in the comments, and let me know you're one of the awakened ones. Let's show the world we're not alone. You've come this far in the journey, and you're starting to feel it now. This isn't about appearance, it's about essence, the light beneath the skin, the truth beneath the years. And now we go deeper still. This part of your story is rooted in something ancient, sacred, celestial, because youth isn't just maintained, sometimes it's encoded. Let's explore the hidden reasons your glow defies time. Some souls incarnate with missions, not just to exist, but to awaken, to break generational cycles, to heal wounds that have lasted lifetimes, to raise the vibration of everyone they touch. And those kinds of souls, they often carry the appearance of youth, not because life has been easy, but because their mission requires vitality. They are warriors of light, carriers of truth, alchemists of pain, and spirit preserves what it still needs. If you've ever wondered why you still have energy, why you're still standing, why you still feel called, even when exhausted, it may be because your purpose is still unfolding. Your body stays young because your soul is on assignment, and time bends around missions that are divine. There is a reason certain people glow differently. It's not always what they wear, but who they are channeling. The divine feminine isn't about gender, it's about energy. It's the nurturing, intuitive, fluid energy that creates life, heals pain and awakens beauty. When people channel this energy, they soften the world, and that softness reflects on their face. Their presence becomes medicine, their eyes hold galaxies, and their skin radiates peace. The divine masculine is different, but just as sacred. It's not forceful, it's protective. It's not aggressive, it's steady. It holds structure, purpose, direction. And those who channel it often radiate strength that's both grounded and timeless. So maybe your youthful appearance isn't a trick of biology, but a reflection of divine energy flowing through you. The feminine, the masculine, balanced within your soul, keeping you lit from within. If you've always felt too deeply, if crowds exhaust you, if people open up to you without knowing why, you might be an empath, or a healer, or a light worker. And those roles are sacred, but they come with a weight, because light workers don't just live, they feel, they absorb, they process the pain of others, and turn it into wisdom, compassion, transformation. They often look younger than their years, because they are energetically awake. They don't live on autopilot, they live with soul intention. And when you live like that, life treats you differently. Time doesn't mark you the same. You're not dulled, you're not dimmed, you're not numb. You are alive in every sense of the word, and that vitality shows up in your skin, your voice, your vibration. There are some people who are born into pain and decide, this ends with me. They stop the addictions, they heal the trauma, they raise their children with more love than they ever received. That work, it changes everything, because when you heal what your ancestors couldn't, you clear energy fields that were aging your lineage for generations, you shift the code, you rewrite the story, you make space for new light to enter, and that light doesn't just impact your spirit, it changes your physical reality. Your glow becomes an ancestral reward, a reflection of spiritual labor. So if you've ever felt older emotionally, but look younger physically, you may be living proof of what happens when someone chooses healing. That choice makes you ageless. Some people are spiritually protected, their energy is guarded, their path is watched, not because they're better, but because they're needed. Sometimes life throws pain, chaos, and aging stress at everyone, but some souls don't absorb it the same way, because their guides deflect it, their ancestors pray over them, their angels intervene when it gets too heavy, and that protection, it preserves them, not just physically, but energetically. If you've ever felt like you should have broken down, but didn't, if you've walked through fire and somehow came out glowing, you may be covered by something unseen. You may have a divine contract that says, protect this one. Their work isn't done, and because of that, you remain radiant. While the world rushes, some souls go quiet, they retreat, they reflect, they recharge. And that sacred solitude is not loneliness, it's restoration. People who spend time with their own soul age differently, because they are not drained by constant noise, they are not fragmented by distractions, they listen, they align, they reconnect with source, nature heals them, silence comforts them, stillness restores them, and that restoration shows in their eyes. They're not chaotic, they're clear, not frantic, but full. So maybe your youthful glow comes not from being everywhere, but from being deeply rooted in you. The company you keep matters. Energy is contagious. If you spend time around negativity, fear and stress, your body absorbs it, your face reflects it, your soul dulls. But if you surround yourself with joy, growth and truth, your body relaxes, your skin clears, your eyes shine. You are not just your genetics, you are your environment. And if you've been intentional about who you let near your soul, that intentionality protects your youth. If you've let go of draining people, if you've said no to energy vampires, if you've chosen peace over popularity, then your glow is the reward. Because when your energy is honored, your body follows suit. You become a reflection of what you allow around you. You've walked through every layer with me, from childhood wounds, to divine missions, to ancestral healing and inner peace. Now we arrive at the heart of the truth. Why do some people seem to defy time? Why do they walk through life with ageless grace and eternal glow? Because time doesn't age the soul, only the body. And when the soul becomes sovereign, the body listens. This isn't about looking younger, it's about being timeless. Let's end where all healing begins, at the center of who you truly are. Bitterness wrinkles the soul, it wears you down, it traps your energy in the past, and over time, it shows, in the eyes, in the posture, in the vibration. But forgiveness is liberation. When you forgive, you don't erase the pain, you release the poison. You return your soul to its original glow. You unhook yourself from emotional time loops. You grow lighter, freer, younger. If you've ever forgiven someone who never apologized, if you let go of grudges others still carry, if you've walked away in peace instead of revenge, then you've chosen soul youth. Because nothing makes you older than hate, and nothing keeps you younger than grace. Most people chase happiness, they look for it in people, places and achievements. But some souls learn the truth. Joy is created from within, from little things, from sacred rituals, from being fully present. And those who live this way, they stop waiting for life to get better. They become better at living. They dance for no reason. They sing when no one's listening. They laugh out loud, because life itself is worth celebrating. And that joy, it rewires the body, it heals the nervous system, it floods the cells with light. Joy is medicine, and those who generate it, radiate it. So if people keep asking why you glow, maybe it's because you've stopped chasing and started creating. There's a spiritual exhaustion that comes from constantly performing, smiling when you're sad, pretending when you're tired, shrinking to keep others comfortable. It wears on you. It steals years. It drains your light. But one day something shifts. You get tired of pretending, and you return to you. Unapologetically, authentically, fully. You stop dressing for approval. You stop living for applause. You stop chasing validation like it's oxygen. And something magical happens. Your body relaxes. Your face softens. Your spirit begins to shine. Because when you're true, you're light. So if you've walked away from performance, if you've chosen raw over perfect, if you've let yourself just be, you've stepped into spiritual youth, the kind that can't be faked. Most people leave their childhood behind, but the wounds remain, unseen, unhealed, unspoken. But some people go back for their younger self. They hold their own hand. They become the parent they never had. They say, I see you, I'm here now. You didn't deserve that. You're safe with me. And that kind of love, that kind of soul-level parenting, it changes your biology. It tells your nervous system, we're not in danger anymore. And in that safety, your face softens, your body repairs, your energy becomes pure. Because when your inner child feels seen, you stop aging from survival and start living from joy. So if you've ever spoken love to the little one in you, your glow is the result of your compassion. We live in a world that's built on fear. Fear of being used, fear of being used, fear of being vulnerable, fear of being hurt again. But some souls, they choose love anyway. They keep their hearts soft, even after it's been shattered. They give without keeping score. They open without demanding guarantees. And that love, that brave, unguarded, soul-level love, it creates beauty from the inside out. Because when you love, you activate life. When you love, you welcome spirit. When you love, you become a lighthouse for others. And lighthouses don't age, they shine. So if your heart is still open, if you've loved again and again, you carry a glow that fear can't touch. There comes a point in every soul's journey when they ask, is this who I really am? And when the answer is no, they begin to change everything. They leave jobs that drain them. They walk away from fake friendships. They stop ignoring their gifts. They stop surviving and start living. They stop settling and start soaring. And that alignment, that soul-level alignment, is the most powerful anti-aging tool in the universe. Because when you're in integrity with your soul, life flows, peace returns, energy surges, you stop betraying yourself, and your body stops screaming for help. So if you've ever chosen truth over comfort, your youth is a reward for alignment. This may sound strange, but hear this. The people who fear aging the most are often those who fear dying. But some people, they make peace with it. They don't run from endings. They embrace the sacred cycles. They know they are not their body. They remember, I am soul, not skin. I am eternal, not temporary. And that peace, that deep spiritual acceptance, it removes the fear that ages us. They laugh harder. They love deeper. They rest easier. Because they know, life isn't measured in years. It's measured in presence, in purpose, in love. And those who've made peace with death often carry a youthfulness that comes from not being afraid to live. You are not young because of a cream, or a trend, or a product. You are young because your soul is awake. You've done the work. You've felt the pain. You've risen from ashes, with beauty the world didn't expect. You are ageless because you've returned to yourself. Your skin glows with forgiveness. Your posture holds resilience. Your smile tells the story of a spirit that never gave up. So let the world wonder. Let them ask how you stay so young. Let them assume it's good genes, or a good doctor, or good luck. And smile, because you know, it's the healing, it's the joy, it's the truth, it's the alignment. It's the divine mystery of a soul that refuses to dim. You are the proof that the spirit outshines time. And maybe, just maybe, your glow is someone else's awakening. If this touched something deep in you, drop a 100 in the comments to let us know you feel it too. Give this video a like if you believe in protecting your energy, keeping your soul young, and living with purpose. And hit follow so you never miss the next truth that could change the way you see yourself forever. You're not just watching this, you're waking up. Let's keep rising together.